I just had the most crazy idea, and it was so random that I love it. We're going to cross every single state in the continental United States in Google Maps in Street View. So it could take even longer than taking an actual trip across the United States. Now, thing is, um, I'm thinking we start in the top left corner, but starting in the bottom right would also be a good, or bottom left. Any of the corners would be a good bet. I just don't know which way to go about it, so I'll figure that out tomorrow when I inevitably stream. Hopefully. I don't know, maybe I'll be too busy recording stuff, but yeah. Um if we want to really get technical with how we're going to cross the state of Washington, we're going to have to really go up here. Hold on. Let's go right on this main road. All right. Now I just got to start. Hold on. I got to what is it? Nope, go back, go back, go back. There we go. Okay. Now we technically haven't done anything yet. The live split. I don't know if I have it. Nope, and it took me to Microsoft Edge. Alright, hold on. I gotta download live split real quick. Alright, I'm gonna take these over here so that way you don't have to see all my files. Okay. Live split. Extract all. Yes. Hopefully I didn't just dox myself, but it's not like it matters anyway because nobody's watching. Alright. Here we go. Live split. And we're cooked. Okay. Settings. Yes. Start. We're gonna go with what's a key I never use? We're gonna go with insert, reset. I'm not gonna have to reset. Pause. We're gonna have to do like no, I don't want to make it end. I want to make it home. Let's just do home. And then yeah, that's all we really need. Okay. Now I need to make OBS do something. Hold on. Add source. And I just dropped an Allen key. That's fine. Window capture. Timer. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna put this pretty big up here. Actually, maybe I'll put it like right here. Alright. Our time begins. You know what, hold up. Did I not make a pause button? Oh shoot. That's not good. What happened to my pause button? Alright, that's not working. Page up. Okay. Now that we're paused, I'm gonna put on some music in the background. Very quiet. I'm gonna put some music in the background, though, because I'm finna lose my mind if we don't have any extra noises going on. Alright. I don't have any huge mixes, so I'm just gonna play this one that has like 100 songs, I guess. 2 hours, 35 minutes. That is nowhere near enough time to cross the entire state of Washington, but it's alright. I will turn the music down low, though. Alright. Here we go. Hold up. It's not picking up audio in OBS. Alright, there we go. I love this song. Seven Dusters goated. I would do vocals along with it, but I'm not trying to have this clipped forever. And then me being like dogged on forever, so, you know. Because my vocals aren't the best. They're not the worst, but they're not the best. They're better than they used to be at the very least. There's that. Come on, move. There we go. Bro, my computer's finna geek once we end up... You know what, maybe I'll do like top row, bottom row, or no, top row, then the row underneath. I'll do like every row from top to bottom is what I'm thinking, is what I'll do. So it'll be across the United States once, then across it twice, then across it 3 times. I think there's a 4th time. Alright. What the flip just happened, dude? What? If anybody ends up joining, I can also play music suggestions as well. Since I don't want to just listen to the same stuff I listen to all the time, you know. I want to make sure people are enjoying what they're hearing. So obviously nobody's watching right now, but if somebody's watching like the VOD or the stream later, then that's how music will work here. Because I don't want everybody to just be subjected to my music taste that some people dislike. Oh boy, what do we want to do here? Do we want to turn? Oh wait, this is innovation. Okay. Okay. Nope, we're gonna want to keep going straight for a long time yet. Oh, super heaven. Oh yeah. This is just a playlist of a bunch of my favorite songs. It's nothing super crazy. In case anybody was wondering. I'm just talking to myself right now, so. I love Super Heaven. Modern grunge at its finest. This is going to be quite a drive and a half in Google Maps. We haven't even crossed an entire city yet, and it's been about 10 minutes. Oh god, this is gonna take like... Uh-oh. I did not unpause the timer. That's not good. It's alright, we can just run with it. Nobody will know. Yeah, so this is taking slightly slower than real time, I feel like. There's a fellow right here. Back in 2013. That kid's probably out of high school now. Oh boy. Oh, I thought that was a bridge to the rest of the state. Nope, that's just islands. That was a that would be a long bridge. What am I on, bro? There'll probably be a bridge I can take as a shortcut, though. I'm allowed to use bridges, so. Like, I'm allowed to use some shortcuts. Unless they're, like, actually stupid. If it's a bridge, though, it was meant to be used. It's asking to be used. Oh boy. My finger is going to be, like, non-existent after this. That was a big shoot ahead. Oh my god. What in the world is happening? Okay. Okay, I'm still going forward. Why is this car reversing, bro? Oh boy, this is gonna take forever. How far are we already? We made it almost nowhere. Oh no. No, this is gonna take actual real time. I'm gonna have to be like unemployed for this. I mean, I already am unemployed, so. But you know. All right. Nah, bro. I gotta get like a steering wheel and like a stick shifter or something and like pedals, and I gotta get like a real life driving simulator where I can like drive around the actual map, and like that'd be honestly kind of fun. I mean, obviously it wouldn't be very fun for long, but we might not be able to cross this entire state today. Like, states might take a couple of days, which means that the entire continental United States, whew, that'll probably take up the rest of the summer. Honestly, I'll do it, though. I had the time. It's something fun, I guess. God, and then there, at some point, it's just going to be a bunch of flat land. It's going to be so boring at some point. On every single row as well. Like since I'm doing top row to bottom row, in that order. Um, this is gonna be there's gonna be like consistent. It's gonna be like the beginnings and ends of every loop. So that's gonna be great. I'm gonna get to see Badlands like 5 times. Bro. Oh, and these bends suck. I'm not even driving, but like having to turn the camera every time it bends is really annoying. Oh my god, we are going nowhere. Okay, thank you. Bro, Google Maps is struggling to render. Probably can't handle the amount of things I'm trying to do in this next couple months. Okay, yeah, this is going to take longer than real time just because of the random glitches and stuff like that, where it doesn't move me. We're 16 minutes in already, and we've gotten almost nowhere. It feels like we've been going for quite a minute. No, I don't want to do that. And we've made it actually nowhere, bro. This is 16 minutes. This is like real-time driving pretty much. So yeah, crossing the entire state of Washington is going to be kind of crazy. I think, just to be silly, before I end stream, I'm going to have to find like an inn or a resort or something. Or like a hotel or a motel. That'd be quite silly. I'd have to deviate from the main road, but hear me out. Okay, we just jumped from 2013 to 2024. That's kind of crazy. Jumped a whole decade, bro. The scenery's pretty neat. Forgot how nice the scenery was in Washington. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of other problems, though, so... The scenery doesn't really outweigh the bad. The bad far outweighs the good there. That's unfortunately how it is for a lot of the West Coast. Actually, most of it. Except for, like, Oregon. Nobody lives in Oregon, bro. Actually, no. I take that back. People live in Oregon. There's Portland, right? It's like the Seattle of Oregon. But nobody lives in Wisconsin, bro. It is crazy. I actually forget Wisconsin exists, bro. I don't even know what Wisconsin looks like. I think I slept for the road trip here when we moved. So I have no clue what Wisconsin actually looks like. I don't remember. I remember what Minnesota looks like, kind of. But I also only saw one city in Minnesota and not the whole state, so it wasn't really a good representation. I did see, like, hella lakes there, though. It was crazy. I'm thinking I'm going to stream until, like, midnight. And that'll get us, like, some decent progress. So, anybody watching this after it's uploaded to, like, YouTube or something as a VOD, what do you think of Deftones? Actually, you know what? Scratch that. What do you think of, like, new metal? I know Deftones isn't technically, like, alternate metal and new metal. What do you think of those, if you know what those are? If you're a listener of the heavy music. And industrial metal. What about that? Industrial metal's good too. Like Static X. And gothic metal's good too. Typo Negative. Sludge metal, Acid Bath. You got doom metal. Typo Negative could fall into doom metal. Black Sabbath. I hella fuck with new metal though. New metal is like my thing. I did not even know this was a city in Washington, bro. Needles and pins. I bought Deftones self-titled when I was visiting Washington last year. It was pretty neat. There was like a giant record store. It was called like Silver Platters Records. It was huge, bro. Oh my god. If I have the time to in this Google Maps run, I'm going to go all the way up to Linwood just to show you like how massive that store was. Cuz that was like actually crazy. Bro, cuz like they had a giant record section and then they had like the biggest CD selection I've ever seen, bro. No place carries as much CDs as them. And they actually have like the things you'd want as well. You know, because usually record shops nowadays don't have anything that you actually want. It's just like a bunch of old CDs and records, mostly records. But like this place, they had the new releases and stuff, or like newer, like in the last 30 years releases at the very least, and probably even earlier than that. They had like a bunch of things, but like this place was giant though. It was like a whole warehouse pretty much. Not like as big as a warehouse. It was like a half of a warehouse pretty much, except not a warehouse. I'm talking about the size of it. It was like half of a warehouse of just CDs and records and cassette tapes. I didn't mention that they sold cassette tapes there too. It was pretty crazy. I mean, they even probably sold like MP3 files or something. I don't know. Either way, though, it's a crazy store. I love that place. I have to go back there whenever I visit Washington again. High key. Nah, but a lot of people hate on Deftones self-titled though, but it's honestly not even that bad. Saturday Night Wrist is great as well. Saturday Night Wrist is really good. Like, I know people complain about Deftones losing their heaviness and everything, but like, it doesn't matter to me. Still just as good of music. And they claim to be in like the worst mental state when making that album too. And then Around the Fur is pretty good, although everybody knows what Around the Fur is. So it's not as niche, so it's not as cool to like it because people think that being niche is cool instead of just appreciating something that's actually good, no matter how popular it is. Ooh, this song's good too. This is also off of Saturday Night Wrist. But like, people really hate on Gore, and I think people sleep on it way too much. Obviously, it is one of their weaker albums, but like, I like it because it's just kind of neat. It's not their original sound necessarily. It's more of an ambient album. It doesn't really feel like an actual release by them. I will say that. But I don't understand the massive amounts of hate I see for Gore. It's a better album than people make it out to be. And then I think their most recent one was after that. It was not Genesis. That's a song on it. It's Ohms. Ohms. I haven't listened to Ohms all the way through, but from what I've heard, it's all right. I cannot wait for the new Deftones album, though. I heard they're going to be using 9 strings on it. Oh boy. He just gets a new string every 5 years, bro. I swear. Stephen Carpenter. It's crazy. I also didn't mention Diamond Eyes or Koi no Yokan. Those are both great, too. Those are like if Gore was a little bit heavier, pretty much. For anybody who doesn't listen to Deftones. Not that you would know what Gore is anyway, but you're probably thinking of like Blood. But like, in terms of songs by Deftones, though, oh boy. I don't know which one I like over others, to be honest. Because a lot of them I really enjoy. And there's not really any that I prefer over the others. They're all just good. In terms of energy, I really like Around the Fur because it has just like energy through the whole album. Funny thing, Around the Fur was recorded in Washington, and I'm talking about it right now, and we're going through Washington, so that's kind of neat. Around the Fur is pretty good for energy. So is Adrenaline. Adrenaline's really good for energy. Obviously, the studio sounds less polished for Adrenaline, but that's also their first album, and also they were less experienced with everything. And probably couldn't afford a super great producer. Or maybe they could, I don't know. I wasn't there when they recorded it, so don't bash me. But still. And then, for like melodic stuff, I feel like their newer stuff is great for melody. I mean, anything between, like after Around the Fur is perfect melody stuff. Because it's more like heavy and melodic somehow. It's like, I don't know, something about their newer sound since like 2003, I want to say, is the album after Around the Fur. Self-titled. Deftones sound since like 2003 has been really good just because they have a lot of melody and like melodic stuff. And then they also have like the piercing screams amidst the melodies. I don't know, it's kind of neat. I can tell for Around the Fur though that there was a lot more like grungy influence. And then later down the line it was just more shaping their own sound, I feel like. And then also a lot of rap influence, obviously. You know, Ice Cube was a big one in nu metal. Like, that's actually, like, that's not even me being, like, a poser or anything to rap. That's literally a lot of nu metal artist inspiration for some reason. Don't ask me why, though. And then The Cure was a big inspiration for Deftones, especially. And then, I don't know. I'm going to talk about another band now because I don't want to speak about one thing for too long since that's kind of boring. Bro, I already know that when I post this to YouTube, it's going to get copyrighted the hell out of it, bro. It's going to be crazy. Another good nu metal band is freaking Cold Chamber. A lot of people like to hate on Cold Chamber, but they're a lot better than people give them credit for. They're one of the heavier nu metal bands, if anything. They're like if Korn and Slipknot combined, pretty much. But I like it regardless. Just because it's that good. They didn't really fall off either. If anything, they like made better stuff as they went on. Cold Chamber self-titled, though, was really good. I really like that album. I haven't listened to chamber music all the way through yet. nor have I listened to Dark Days all the way through. I forgot what their other one's called. But I do really enjoy their music, even though I haven't listened to like complete full albums from them. I have heard like their songs from those albums, and I love them. Like Friend is good. I really like Friend. It's like, I don't know, something about it is just great. And then Fiend is pretty good. And then Something Told Me is really good. Those are all off of Dark Days. Sounds like a poser thing, but Loco's good. Oddity's good. I don't think their self-titled has any like bad tracks, if anything. Big Truck's good. Oh my god, okay. But yeah, I like Cold Chamber too. Who else do I listen to? Incubus is really good. I have to listen to more of their stuff. I've only listened to Science so far. But I have heard some of their newer stuff, and obviously they changed their sound, but I'm not complaining. It's still good, to be honest. If I have to say my favorite track from Science by Incubus is probably like, it's between New Skin and A Certain Shade of Green. Mainly because, I don't know, I just like those songs. The whole album is good though. I like how they like actually tied the name into the theme of the album instead of just like giving it a name and then like forgetting about what the album's supposed to be about, or just like giving it a random name. I like it when artists and bands do that, where they actually have the title of the album tie into how it, like how the album is, instead of just giving the album a random name that they decide. Especially if the album sounds like it's supposed to have a theme, but it just like fails at executing that theme. Like you can tell they tried to put the theme into it, but it just doesn't work. That's like, they're still trying to do it, but I feel like it's worse when they fail at doing it. Like if you're gonna do it, you just gotta do it right. Like for example, if you make an album that has something to do with like, I don't know, the middle of the night or something. You know, you want to make some like more ambient kind of music, maybe some chill vibes. I don't know. Or like you make an album about space, very ambient. You'd want it to be like kind of cosmic sounding, probably. And then, how did we go from talking about bands to talking about like themes, bro? Let's keep it going, actually. If you make a album themed around like hell or something, you know, you just go crazy, distortion, metal. Make like a, or you could do something really silly too and call the album like Life in Hell, and then have like the most crazy Christian music ever. It'd be so silly. Give it some like country music. That'd also be another way to do a silly album theme, is just like do something the exact opposite of the album title. That's something I also really like, where they just mislead you with the title. Honestly, since I make music, I should do that. That'd be kind of silly, I feel like. Let's see, what other themes are there? You know, you could have a theme of like mental illness. A lot of people do that now, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of on the nose. I feel like if you're gonna theme an album around like mental health, you have to do it really particularly, so it doesn't seem like you're just fabricating thoughts. And like you have to make it seem like you genuinely feel like that. And if you do feel like that, that's one way to do it. But when it's like fabricated sadness, though, it just doesn't work. Like a lot of popular music now, a lot of it has to do with like mental health stuff or like depression. This 9 to 5 ain't working. Like, bro, stop trying to be relatable and actually make something that you genuinely want to write about. Like, they genuinely had to manufacture that or something in like a team marketing room or something. Because there's no way somebody actually decided to write that and thought, oh yeah, this is so tough, this is so relatable. I don't know, man. I also just don't like country music, so there's that. But who does like country music, bro? Only the rednecks in my town like it. Because I live in like Redneck City, Michigan, bro. I live in Trumpy, Michigan. Bro, speaking of my town, oh my god. Bro, I go on scooter rides every so often, like every few hours sometimes, since it's the summer. If I'm not like tired or sore from a previous ride session. And the sidewalks, if I take like an alternate route, I literally have to go the route that I do because of sidewalks. Bro, it is horrible in the other ways. Like, there's a sidewalk. It's like a 2-mile radius town, so it's really small. May as well be called the township at this point. But like, there's a main road sidewalk, and then there's a sidewalk that heads to the high school branching off from it. And that sidewalk is so terrible. Bro, when I say terrible, you probably think of like a few potholes maybe. There is slabs lifted like a foot off the ground, I swear. Just from like tree roots and stuff. And they haven't bothered to do anything about replacing that sidewalk. And a lot of people use that sidewalk like all the time. There's been issues with people even walking on it and getting hurt. So the fact that I'm able to scooter on it is kind of a miracle, to be honest. It's kind of crazy. Speaking of scootering, accidents. Yeah. I had one of those the other day on the scooter. I was riding, and I was like adjusting my headphones or something, because, you know, when I ride, I like to have energy. I like pound the ground with the tempo. I like kick to the tempo to make more speed. It's like a weird headbanging pretty much. It's hard to explain, but if you saw it and like were able to do it, you would know. Like, anybody can do it. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to explain. But I was going like maybe 5 miles an hour. For context, I usually go like 15 or 20 when I'm doing the full force thing. I was going at most 5 miles an hour when adjusting my headphones. And then the smallest possible pebble or something, I don't even know what it was, it like tips the scooter forward, and then my right knee locks and I land right onto it, like full heavy weight onto my right, like my locked knee, and it was horrible. I mean, it's still kind of there, but it's barely. I'm able to walk on it now. Thank God. It was painful, though. And then there was another time, this was like a year ago, tiny pebble tripped my scooter, and then I got like grade 3 whiplash and a concussion. So that was nice. That was great to deal with. That was last May. And then there's just been numerous occasions where I have just gotten minor scratches. Not this year. This knee, this like bad knee thingy was like the only accident I've actually had this year. Because the rest of them I've caught myself, and I was attempting to catch myself when I did like the locked knee accident. But, you know. Bro, I've just been mindlessly clicking on this road, like, while speaking. I haven't even been thinking about it, and it's been like a whole 40 minutes. I've just been yapping away. Oh boy. Probably because nobody's been in chat saying anything, but, you know, that's just to be expected with me. To live in place on Mars band. I love this song. Matter of fact, this album's good. That whole album. You can probably barely hear it, so there's probably like little context as to what's going on. So you probably just heard me like goofing off. You probably just heard the most insufferable vocal performance ever. Oh boy, it just got really bright. Alright, how far have we made it so far? Oh my god, we've made it a good distance. Just from me yapping? I mean, it's also been like 40 minutes, so in real time, this would be about the same. Is this how it feels to drive? Do you just actually like zone out or something? I wouldn't know because I still haven't been able to go to driver's school. But like, do you just actually zone out after a while and just like not think about it? Because if that's the case, then I can do long drives any day. No, unfortunately, I think we have to think about gas money though the whole time, so it's just kind of, what in the world is going on with my thing? Why is it doing this? Bro. Okay. I'm gonna just copy this. Actually, maybe I can just redo the street view. Okay. Nope, I gotta refresh. Oh, it just saves my location already. Okay. Alright. That's the first time I've had to refresh because the thing was acting up. Oh boy, is this a logging town? There's a lot of those in Washington. Probably because like most of the state is trees. Obviously, there's a big bay here, but like, I don't know. Or I guess this is technically just the coast of the America continent, but why'd it push me back? Okay, bro. Come on now. I'm sorry? Am I just not allowed to go on this road? Bro. We were like right here. Yeah, fuck you, trees. How do I get this to go away? No. There we go. All right. This is going to be quite the crazy set of VODs and streams. Oh boy. It's already 11:15. Bro, we only got like 45 more minutes before I stop streaming. That's crazy. That means we'd be streaming for like an hour and a half, just about. Maybe a little more. Just over an hour and a half, yeah. It's like 90 minutes. That's like literally an hour and a half. Oh, shoot. We'll review how long... Alright, hold on. Can that... Alright, motel... Hotel. Oh my god, bro. We have to spend the next 45 minutes locking in because we're already past that. Resort. What is this? That's way up there. I'm not going all the way back. Alright. What is this? Oh! That's far, bro. That is crazy work. That's in Canada. I ain't going all that way. Yeah, so it looks like this is just going to be nothing for miles. So maybe we do have to go back. No, we just got to lock in. Lock in. Guys, we need to lock in. Okay. Close that. Put it right there. Alright, we're back at it. If this was the real drive anyway, we would have been looking at our phones, so we would have had to stop anyway, so that just keeps the time going. I mean, either way, the timer's behind, so. There's a market here. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. We went off the main road. Okay. All right. That's like missing a turn that you really needed to take. And then having to go up like 5 more miles so you can turn around. That'd be terrible. That'd be worse than what just happened, actually. I don't know why I compared that. This is Super Heaven, I think. The song playing right now. I think this is Around the Rail. I'm not entirely sure though. Hold on, I can check. Sounds of Goodbyes. Oh, I was far off. Oh, I just thought it was something from their debut album. That's their most recent album from April. this year. How did I not know this, bro? It's alright. Bro, this playlist would be so peak on a really long drive. I gotta make like a bunch of stuff in here though. I gotta put like a bunch more songs. I just get like a bunch of my favorite artists' full catalogs or something. I don't know. That'd be too much. Then I'd just be listening to one artist for like 5 hours and then another for 6. Nah, bro, why does this sound like skate music? I'm talking about like the game. In case anybody needed the context. Like, this would actually fit in, like, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, I feel like. Obviously, it didn't exist then, so, you know, it couldn't have been in the games, but... I know, hard rock and new metal were really big in 2000 games, though. Or, like, just, like, the kind of music that was popular around that time. I mean, go figure, you know. Music that's popular at the time of a game's release. Oh, boy. Duh! I'm so surprised. Oh, okay. I thought that was something important to tell me where I was. Oh yeah, we're just like tailgating this guy, bro. We're not tailgating him. It looks like we are when it stretches out, though. May 2025? This is like a month ago. Wait, that's kind of crazy. We've gone through like at least a decade and like 2 years while doing this. We've gone through like a 12-year jump. First it was like an 11-year jump, and then it was it was another year jump after that. So yeah, it went from 2013 to 2024 and then 2025. And then we just get one from like 1999. I don't even think they were scanning roads yet in 1999. I don't think they were concerned about it because they already had maps. Wait, this thing might actually be closer than I thought. Yeah, that'll be the rest of the stream, is just getting to that inn. This is a great cover of the Cars song. I'm not driving home. I'm driving across the state. That was a zinger, bro. That was such a good joke, guys. Oh my god, I'm a comedian. Yeah, I know there's about to be some damn is comments on YouTube. Damn is, party popper. Just because of that goofy laugh. Clip farming. Oh boy. He's clip farming, guys. He's not to be trusted. Bro, I swear YouTube comments are so stupid. Especially on YouTube Shorts, but that's also because YouTube Shorts audience is like 5-year-olds, so. Especially those edits, bro. The edits on YouTube Shorts are horrendous. Oh my god, bro. They're still on the friggin' Minecraft movie, bro. Like, are we on God? It's almost July 2025. The entire reason it was so hyped up in the first place was just because it was all brain rot. I don't know. I feel like it lost its hype really fast just because people only wanted it for the brain rot. Yep, we're going back a wee bit. We're going down this branch of the highway now. Nah, bro. And then YouTube Shorts is just now discovering Saibao. And then they're also just now discovering TS. They're so late to the hype for everything every single time, bro. Like, I know September 2008. Hold up. That's crazy. How far back were we? What? Yeah. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, back to the drive. See, this is something you wouldn't see on the drive, is the dates that Google Maps recorded here. So we're getting some extra scenery, technically. Nah, bro, in the future, this is what road trips are going to be like. That's going to be crazy. People not even leaving their houses to do a road trip anymore. Am I just not moving? Okay. Thank you. This is Super Heaven again. I think this is off of their new album. I think this is Humans for Toys. It's really good. Matter of fact, I could check that. Nope, it was Around the Railing. It was the one I thought the other one was. Okay. Well, I really just got the albums mixed. That's kind of crazy. Regardless, though, Super Heaven's peak. Peak modern grunge. Nobody really does it as well. At least modern day. It's unfortunate, too, because even though Nirvana doesn't exist anymore, they still overshadow all the modern grunge bands. They even overshadowed people in their own genre, too, like Stone Temple Pilots, Alice in Chains, you know, Soundgarden. Soundgarden was really big, but, like, still. Nirvana overshadowed, like, every band. And they still overshadow bands today, which is kind of crazy. Just, like, the whole rock scene is overshadowed by Nirvana. And it's... I don't know. I feel like people really need to get over the hype. Because Nirvana is good and all, and I don't hate their music. But the thing is, it's been 30 years, bro. Like, I mean, in 2029, it'll have been 40 years. Or 2027, technically. Technically. Nah, but, like, it's been almost 40 years since Nirvana formed, and people are still all hyped up about it. Like, yeah, their music was good, and they're also like Kurt Cobain did have difficulties and was, able to make music that people are able to appreciate still. But I feel like there's definitely much better bands in terms of like musicality in the genre. Not saying Nirvana's bad. I'm just saying they're not the best grunge artists. They're the best grunge band. I will say though that they were like my gateway into heavier music for sure. Because grunge is like the in between for rock and metal. Because like there's some punk elements even, and punk's a very energetic genre, so that's probably why I like a bunch of energy in my music. It's just because that's what I started out listening to. But I also grew up in Washington, so there's that. There was a huge rock scene, and there still is. Big rock and metal scene there. Mostly grunge scene, though. Funny thing, because it still remains from the 1990s. I'm so glad I'm not one of those kids who thinks 1990 was like friggin' ancient times, bro. Like some kids really be acting like 1990 was like the Stone Age, bro. They're acting like 30 years made that much of a difference. Like, yeah, they didn't have as fancy of technology, but like that was arguably, I wasn't even alive then, and that's arguably better than what we have now. Like, it's cool that we have all this technology, and it's great that we're able to reach people so easy now. But actually having to have social interactions and like actually talking to people was also really great. And like finding people in the real world instead of nobody wanting to talk anymore and being on their phones out in public even. It's just, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I enjoy the technology we have now. I just don't like the social media platforms as much. Mainly because they make people antisocial instead. Like, the only reason I use them is to talk to people that I already know in the real world. Or maybe there's people that, thought, hey, this guy's kind of neat online. Not that that's ever happened. Nobody's ever thought that. But, like, if that ever did happen, then, yeah, sure, I'd talk to some people. But, I don't know. I think the evolution of technology, I mean, it's been less dramatic than people have been making it. Like, I swear, some people, another thing about the 90s, too, it's not young kids thinking it was forever ago as well. It's also the people who grew up in the 90s, like, glazing the 90s all the time, bro. They act like that was, like, the golden age of the earth or something. They're acting like that was the Middle Ages. Like the golden age in Europe. They're acting like that was the last possible time anybody went outside, and the last possible time anybody didn't have a phone, and the last possible time anybody could have done anything fun. See, there is partial truth to that, and there is partial truth to the technology kind of messing things up now, but hold up. Guys, I think we might have passed the resort. Well, we might be cooked. I want to say we're like right here. All right. I'm going the wrong way. Well, we might just have to pull up on the side of the road and sleep in our car tonight. It's alright. We'll get on a drive again tomorrow night for another hour and a half, possibly. Possibly longer, depending on when I feel like it. Maybe we won't even drive tomorrow night. I don't know. Oh shoot, typo negative. I was talking about these guys earlier. It's barely picking up in the audio because I have the Spotify really low, but you know. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm locked in. I love typo negative. Typo Megadeth. That's gotta be a thing. Somebody has to have said that before. Before I did. Somebody has to have had that idea already. You just combine Megadeth and typo negative. I've clicked so much that it's like not even funny. I've been clicking for 58, actually an hour and 8 almost. I've been clicking for like an hour and I want to say like 5 minutes or 4 minutes, hour and 4 minutes just to be safe. Just been mindlessly clicking away. And we haven't even made it out of like the little, you know, like tip thingy at Washington. We have some time to go. Oh my God. Hold up. This can't be real. This. Yeah, no. This state alone might take the rest of the summer. Oh boy, this might be like at least a year-long journey to get all of these states crossed. That's crazy. Bro, how am I gonna do this? Like, that's actually kind of crazy. There will probably be multiple cases where we have to pull over on the side of the road to go to sleep. It's alright though. We got 20 minutes left to drive. You know, you think for a main highway they'd have like gas stations or rest stops or places to sleep or anything important at all. There's been none of that this whole time. You know, maybe they could add that, and that would be like beneficial. We haven't even had time for a family photo yet. This road trip across the whole continental United States, and we haven't even had a family photo opportunity. We haven't even made it out of the tip part of Washington State. But we got 19 minutes till we have to stop. What in the zaniest Sambodia? What in the gooniest Gambia? Bro, this playlist has been actually carrying me through this drive. I ain't even finna cap. Oh boy. My hands. I don't know, my right hand feels kinda silly for a second. I think it fell asleep for a second, actually. Since I've been doing the same action in the same position for so long. Nah, why this part actually sound like Markiplier? Or Serge Tankian? I know you hear it. You know you hear Markiplier here. Oh my god. Oh my god, okay. I thought we were cooked. Oh my god. Please, bro. I just need to cross the state. Oh my god. Reload. Okay. No, wrong way. Wrong way. Ooh, scary. Bro, I've been yapping about like literally nothing. I've been talking to a brick wall with the random stuff I've been talking about this whole time. Bro, I spent like 6 to 8 hours today in my garage. And mind you, it's still pretty warm out. It's like 80 degrees out. And the garage only amplifies that slightly. So I spent like 6 to 8 hours doing guitar soldering work. Because I got new pickups for my 7-string. And bro, I probably inhaled an unholy amount of fumes today. But it was like hot in there, bro. It was bad. I did learn a lot about soldering though, so that's like the first mildly educational thing I've done since I got out of school. First thing that actually benefits me educationally. Even though it won't like help me pass school. It's just something I know now. Speaking of school, I'm gonna lock in next year, bro. It's gonna be peak. Like, I'll lock in on my work and get that done, and then I'll just, like... This will be my main thing next year, just, like, trying to do every state, like, cross every state in the continental U.S. for stream. This will be, like, the main thing that I do outside of, like, recording stuff. and like homework and stuff. I really need to lock in next year though, because I was not locked in this year. I was super geeked. Didn't we already come here? Yo, wait, we already came here. That takes some time out of our drive. I think we would have been like right here by now. Alright. Well, we have 14 minutes left to drive, and then we have to pull over and sleep for the night. Hopefully the pillows and the blankets in the back are enough for you. I know I'm probably going to have to just recline the chair because there's not enough room to lay down, so. What you're seeing right now, all of this forest is going to be like 90% of what we see when we're going through this state, by the way. This is just how it's going to be for the entire state, except for like, I don't know, bigger cities. Alright, well, we just gotta make the most out of the last 13 minutes. For driving anyway. There's not really much we can do otherwise. There's not any stores where we can get like snacks or anything, or drinks. I know we're pretty thirsty now, but we have to wait. Can I please move? I think the car broke down. Okay, well, I guess the engine just stalled or something. I don't know. I think I just killed the engine for a second. I had to restart the car. Alright. Bro, it's gonna be so weird when we actually switch to the right side of the road again. Because right now my brain is in like Australian mode. So it feels like we should be driving on the left side of the road. Oh no. This car's reversing down the road? What the flip? What a loser. Can't believe that guy was reversing down the road. You see that? This is why we can't have anything nice. Yo, these guys are reversing too. What are these losers doing? Hey, that's one way to prevent log spills. Go in reverse. Oh yeah. Now logs won't kill somebody. It won't crush their head. That's honestly a good method. I see why they're driving backwards now. I get it. I understand the idea now. Oh boy. This crossing Washington could take all week, to be honest. Since we're doing it in like hour and a half increments. You know what? I think we might have actually passed the resort. Oh no, it's gonna be up here. Wait, campground, cottage. Okay. Hold up. Maybe we need to just drive for a little bit longer, and then we can go to that place and sleep in a comfortable place. Maybe we drive for slightly longer. Hear me out. I'll get a separate vet and everything, so I'm not getting the diddle accusations. Because diddle accusations are a big thing now. I love this song, but I forgot what it's called. I think this is Leech by Super Heaven. I love this song. I don't know, something about this album is super great. It's Ours is Chrome by Super Heaven for anybody who doesn't know. I feel like Super Heaven's a very underappreciated band, though. I don't feel like enough people listen to them. Even though they have like 400,000 listeners and everything. Or monthly listeners on Spotify. Obviously that doesn't equate to actual real listeners that actually just listen to their stuff. Because there's people who listen to physical format and listen on YouTube and a bunch of other stuff. But still. I still think they are underappreciated, though. It's like with Cold Chamber. Cold Chamber's underappreciated new metal band. It's like the Cold Chamber of grunge for Super Heaven. A very overlooked band. And not popular enough. This guy's also going in reverse. These guys driving on this road are losers, bro. But, you know, I understand the process because there could be a log truck coming up. You never know. Oh, my God, bro. Why is it doing this, bro? Alright, well, that's north. Okay. We're back. The car just wanted me to look for a second at the scenery that we've been seeing for the last hour and a half. Is there a log truck coming up? Or is this guy just driving backwards like a loser? We've been on the same highway this whole time. We haven't made any turns besides the bends that it's had. This is a crazy highway. How close are we to the place? Oh, that's like another 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. I'm just going to guess 20. If we just go fast, if we just pedal to the metal, we just floor the gas pedal. You know, we just pound that thing into the ground. We just stomp on that thing. Then we should get there in like 20 minutes, maybe. Actually, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 10, maybe 10. I feel like we could do this in 10. Bro, people have been driving backwards like losers for miles. When are we going to be able to go on the right side of the road again? When are people going to stop driving backward? What'd that say? Hold up, we need to go back for a second. Says something about park, trailer. I don't know. Oh, creek. Well, trail. I saw the trail and I thought it was trailer park. Let's see. Twin River Road. What the flip? Oh my god. People aren't going to be... I celebrated too early. I thought people weren't going to be driving like losers anymore. They're still going to be driving backward. How far from the coast are we? Oh, we were right here. We have like 5 more minutes. Yeah, we have to drive for a little bit longer, but it's worth it. High key. We don't have to make do with the blankets and pillows in the back anymore. And there's some shops so we can grab some snacks and food and stuff we need. Stuff we need during a road trip. You know, some drinks, some water, some, like, I don't know, peanuts. Nobody eats peanuts, bro. Maybe get some, like, pistachio. Get some, like, get some energy drink. Get yourself a slushie. Oh, yeah. That'd be great. That a slushie today would have been so nice when I was soldering in the garage. Let me tell you that. It was hot in there. It was like a sweatshop. It was so sweaty. Oh my god, the garage. It was only me in there soldering guitar parts together, and it was all sweaty. I was sitting most of the time, too. Funny thing. But I also had to do fine soldering work, so I would hope I was sitting. Burned myself a couple times. 700 degrees Celsius, or 370 degrees Celsius doesn't feel too great on the skin. If it was 700 Celsius, oh my god, my finger would have melted off. That would have been horrible. I heard my skin sizzle a little bit earlier, though. It was pretty bad. But it doesn't hurt for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I burned the nerves. But it wasn't that bad. And then a piece of, like, solder fell onto my hand earlier, and that felt bad. But it didn't leave any mark or anything. It didn't, like, bubble, so... But yeah, my hands are still usable. They're fine. That's how my day went. Just soldering things to my guitar, fixing things up. I actually made the most silly mistake with my guitar. I had my For anybody that doesn't play guitar, this won't make sense, but I have my 3-way blade selector switch for my pickups. And when I had it in the bridge position, I have 2 pickups in here, so it's only 3-way. When I had it in the bridge position, my neck pickup was on and vice versa. So it was really silly. I had to switch around the wiring, and that didn't take too much since I already had the solder on the pots. Let me tell you, bro, the solder on the pots was the worst part. Oh my god, that was a pain and a half. That is the one thing I will dread forever if I ever do any more pickup mods. That was crazy, bro. Alright. We're in the town now. We don't have to worry as much anymore. White Pony is so tough. By Deftones. I know that's like a really neurotypical take, but like... White Pony's just good. Good album. Okay, yeah, we just gotta go a little bit further. We just gotta go a little bit later than we anticipated for driving, but that's alright. Somebody will watch this and find entertainment value out of it somewhere. Somebody who's probably not very mentally stable, but, you know. If you genuinely find this entertaining, don't worry, there'll be loads more of me clicking through Google Maps acting like I'm driving a car. I haven't seen anybody do this before, but somebody else must have done this before me. There's no way this is an original idea. Campground. I don't want campground. I want the cottage. Because we're going to have beds there. We don't have a tent with us. We didn't think about that. We brought food, water, blankets, and the stuff we need. Like necessities, like phone, charger. I think this might be it. No. We have to go a little bit further, don't we? Oh, we're like a block away. Okay. By a block, I mean like probably a mile. Alright, we're going full flooring the gas right now. Oh yeah, we are still pretty far from the place we want to sleep. But I don't want to sleep on the side of the road if we can avoid it, so... If we can avoid sleeping on the side of the road, that's good. Bro. just had to start the car up again, bro. I think I need to get more gas. Alright, well, we're just gonna imagine that we went into there and like booked a room for the night. So I'm just gonna turn off the music, and we're just gonna pause our time. All right. Well, there's that's day one. We got somewhat far. Um, actually, we got pretty decent. We started all the way up here in Nea Bay, and we went. That was like an hour and a half drive, and that's basically like real time driving, pretty much, with how slow we were. And in the context of Washington State as a whole, we are absolutely nowhere. Let me tell you that much. We've got a while to go before we even think about getting to across from Seattle. Yeah, 'cause like these are a bunch of islands. We're not going to be up here. We're going to be down here crossing through. We're not going to go the fancy route. We're not going to go around the coast of it, of Washington. But we are going to go through. So yeah. I think we made some decent progress though. So yeah, there's day one. We made it like 2% through the state, if I had to guess. But yeah, we'll be hitting the road again tomorrow night. God, this is so fucking corny, bro.